Hey, happy Fitness Friday, everybody. Thanks for coming in. We've been doing some workouts. We've been doing some sweating. We've been doing some burning. We've been doing some hurting, according to him.
Losing some weight.
And this guy, I mean, I don't know if you could tell, seriously. When you see somebody every day, sometimes you don't notice the changes. But this guy leaning out a lot, I mean, I hope he can feel it. Got some compliments.
I can feel it, yes. Had some, because I'm my own biggest critic. I'll stand there and go, I just don't think this is working. I don't think I'm losing this. But hey, pants are looser. You know, I feel a little stronger.
If you could pinpoint, because we've done a lot. We've done some nutrition, we've done some health stuff, we've done some workouts, a lot of workouts. I mean, just overall, like a snapshot, what's maybe one or two nuggets you think has made the biggest difference to this point?
I think sticking to it.
The consistency.
When you make a plan and stick to it. Whether it's a couple of days a week working out or 3 days a week, you know, sometimes we're doing the Fitness Friday where we're working out. The other times, okay, we're going to the grocery store. We're going to show you how to shop. And today it's goal setting, but being consistent, not giving up. Because there are those days you're like, I just don't know if I can do this.
Right.
I don't know if I can do this. But
yeah, you're going to have that consistency. That's the biggest thing. Consistency always trumps intensity. So what we want to do today is kind of switch from kind of more workout based and show you how do you get started with this. We did this back, I guess it was the first week of January.
Right,
we talked about, okay, where are we? Where are we going? How do we get there? That's kind of, and because most people typically, they have something. I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to be able to do a pull-up. I want to look like this. But they don't have an idea of what's even the first step. So we're going to kind of take you through some things we've done, but also show you a little bit of how you can maybe GPS your own roadmap to fitness success and all. So with that, let's start here. This is what he and I began with at the first of the year. I call this A to Z. You've got to know, okay, here's where we are. This is your beginning point. And Tom, for you, if we could look at what your goal was, your why.
Okay.
What was your goal initially? The whole Fit by 50 to September.
Yeah. Want to be fit by 50. Want to feel better. Want to have more mobility. I'll tell you what I wanted. I wanted to feel not so tired.
Okay.
Wanted to lose.
Were you just targeted? And maybe it has changed since then. But like, what were you in your mind? What were you thinking would be a good?
I think the doctor was saying, you know, you need to be around 180, 185. Okay.
You were right
I was a little over 200 pounds. I don't know where I was putting it all, but it was like 203. I think that's where I began at 203.
Wanted to lose 20 pounds,
okay.
Have more energy. What's some other things?
Get stronger. I mean, I wanted to feel stronger. Okay. I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to lose the gut that I had.
Get rid of belly fat.
Lose the belly.
Okay. So these are all some things that he wanted. So, okay, and we're going to talk about what that is. Process goals trump outcome goals. Now I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
You're not even on the camera, so I'm going to put you on the spot here.
All right.
What's the difference between these two things for you? If I say outcome goal, process goal, what do you think is the biggest difference between those two types of goals?
Process goals, outcome goals, process.
Like the outcome.
Okay.
What's the outcome? We just kind of talked about
that.
Right,
to be in better shape at the end of this thing, to be fit, to feel fit, right?
And for you, your definition of fitness was to have more energy, lose 20 pounds, get rid of some of the belly flab, feel stronger. Maybe some other things too.
Sure.
But this is your desired outcome. This is your Z. And for anyone else, that's what you're looking at. It's like, okay, what is my desired outcome? Now, this is good, but understand, process trumps that. That means it's great to say, I want to lose 30 pounds. And we get this all the time. Someone comes and says, I want to lose 30 pounds. Awesome. How are you going to do it? I have no idea.
Sounds like me. I don't know.
Exactly. You just know what the outcome is. So now the point of all this, of goal setting, is what is the process? What is the step-by-step? If I want to get to Z.
Where do I begin? What is the A? What is the A to B?
What's A to B? That's exactly right.
Okay.
What's the first step in the process? So this is where we're going to kind of go today and outline what the process is. And we've done some of this already for you. What's been some things we've put in place?
Okay.
To start.
Some things in place. And I'll say this has been tough. I mean, it is dietary considerations, produce, protein, water. When yes. You're somebody that loves to eat a whole bag of potato chips, I put potato chips along with the food groups. I haven't had a potato chip since January, 1st of January.
Is that right?
Yeah. I've had corn chips. There's a difference because on my cheat meal, I'll have cheese dip and chips. But when it comes to potato chips, I've kind of given them up. I'm afraid. And I'll tell you what I'm afraid of. If I start eating potato chips again, the weight's going to come back. I don't know. Maybe it's just what would you call it?
Well, it's the slippery slope. If I'm going to take one step down the hill, just one, and we fall off. Wow, those chips tasted good. I think I'll have another, and another, and I think I'll have it tomorrow, and the next day. And it's like once you get some separation from those things, we all have trigger foods. I'm the same way. You could put donuts and brownies and sugary items in front of me.
Sure.
Doesn't do anything. You put chips in front of me and I eat one, something triggers inside of me. There's a monster that's unleashed, and I will devour the bag.
I think they put crack in the potato chips. And I'll tell you another one. I love to eat the little Hostess donuts, the sugar donuts. I've been able to stay away from those as well. So those are the carbs, the sugary carb things. I've been able to contain that and only have them occasionally.
Okay.
Be very, very picky about
So
it.
for you,
So diet.
chips was a part of this right here.
Okay.
Our first step was we wanted to set some goals. So here's something to kind of look at. Let's do a little pyramid of success.
Oh, okay. It's not the triangle of terror. This is the pyramid of success.
Yeah, and good one, right?
Yeah.
And at the top, so I'm going to put this. This is when you sit down and you look at goals, you really unlock like what is the ultimate goal. For him, it was more energy, lose weight, stronger, all that stuff. I like the aspect of the waistline measurement. And I felt like if I could lean out around the belly, all these things are going to be taken care of. If he leans out, he's going to have more energy. If he leans out, he's probably going to lose 20 pounds. If he leans out, he's going to get rid of belly fat. So I wanted just to lean you out. And we did the waistline measurement. Can I put you on the spot here?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay,
Sure.
So we started at 42-inch waistline. I wanted him to have a 2-to-1 height to waist ratio. That means take his height in inches, 5'10"?
Yeah, 6'8". Actually 5'8". 5'8".
5'8", okay, 5'8". Okay, so that means he's 68 inches tall. Health standpoint, we're not talking about six-pack abs. From a health standpoint, keeping his waistline at half his height. If he's 68 inches tall, we need a 34-inch waistline throughout our lifetime.
Sure.
Anytime the waistline gets bigger or more than half our height, male or female, we all know that when their belly is bigger than their chest, not healthy. When a woman, when her belly is bigger than her hips, not healthy, right? So belly fat is kind of something for both of us we can be consistent with and focus on.
Yeah, and I want to touch on something. I've had this question before. People thought, you had a 42-inch waist. That doesn't mean I wear a 42 pant.
No.
Because I would wear a 36 pant. That just means that I had...
Things hanging over, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
What do we call that? That is, you call those love handles Dunlap, where your belly done lapped over your
the spare tire?
Right, the spare tire. So no, 42 around the belly button.
Yeah, the
you know,
navel.
and you carry a lot of fat around your kidneys and
Sure.
around the center part of your gut. And I still think I have some to lose here. I mean, I've got plenty to lose here.
Right. And in general, so one thing is we're all different, and not to get too far on the waistline measurement, but like some people, it's right at their belly button. Some people gain weight more 1 inch below. Whatever. Find the biggest part right here, measure it. It's something we could track. So my goal was to get you, at the end of this, to a 34-inch waistline. And I felt like if I could do this, all this stuff will take care of itself. So our outcome goal was to have a 34-inch waistline. So then it's like, okay, we're trying to take this first step. Like, what's the very first step? What's some of the low-hanging fruit? Let's start there with the easy stuff, and then we'll start getting into the tougher stuff. So I looked at two aspects here, your lifestyle and your fitness, and start approaching these from two categories. So from lifestyle, how is our sleep quality? And it was...
Not that great. I mean, when you think about it, I'm getting
you average out how much?
5.5 to 6 hours of sleep a night.
Okay, so
So you would like for me to get more sleep.
7 to 8. Yeah. So sleep quality, stress management. Okay?
Okay.
Stress.
I'm a weatherman. We have no stress.
Exactly. And then some other lifestyle factors would be hydration and nutrition.
Right.
So these are kind of the non-workout aspect of somebody's lifestyle. If these things are not, they don't have to be perfect, but if they're not really good, we're not optimizing fat loss. You know, for instance, when someone gets less than 6 hours sleep, they have a tendency to get into a pre-diabetic state. It makes weight loss harder. When someone is stressed out, higher cortisol. Higher cortisol leads to belly fat. When someone's not staying hydrated, you can work out all the time. If you're dehydrated, it's hard to burn fat. And obviously nutrition, so these play a huge factor in that. Fitness, you're looking at, joint mobility. If your knees and back hurt, you don't want to work out. So we've got to kind of address that aspect of it. You got to look at your overall strength. The weaker you get, the less muscle you have, the less calories you burn at rest and all. So these were just some categories. You could add things like conditioning and core strength and all that stuff. But for you, when you looked at it, it's like, which side of the pyramid is the one we need to tackle first?
Okay.
This side, and so taking you back to the beginning, what did we start with? Some of just the fitness stuff, right?
Sure. We started with mobility, being
Yeah.
able to move again, having a knee problem, not being able to move. Yeah, I would say mobility was one of the
Yeah.
most important things.
And just to share with you, his very first week, we had a goal for week 1, walk through the door 2 times, make 2 workouts. That's it. Come see me 30 minutes twice a day. That's it. If he does that, that's the first step. So the point of all this is that when you step back here, you got to have these little goals along the way. And we just want to move the needle week by week. It doesn't have to be huge goals. If I would have come in, for instance, and said, okay, man, and there was a time for this. Week 1, I want you to work out each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Here's your strict diet. It's hard, but I want you to meal prep. I want you to take time out of your day. I want you to cook and prepare and all this. Let's get started. That would have lasted about 3 or 4 days, and you'd be like, this is too tough. I've got work. I've got family. I've got responsibilities. I can't do all this. Too much too soon. We just wanted to get from A to B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Step by step, one step at a time,
Yeah.
not all of it at the same time.
Right.
You're not starving me. You're not working me out for an hour, breaking me down. Because I've been through those routines, and I've said this before, where you get to a point where you throw up when you work out. And that's a big turnoff. And you say that that's not the best way to go about this.
Well, I mean, it's I like to say that you could do a tough diet with tough workouts and get insane results, but you won't get it for very long because no one's going to live their life on a tough diet with tough workouts.
Sure.
Reasonable exercise with reasonable eating, you can do that for the next decade. So for you, we got to where we could make 2 to 3 workouts a week. Then we took the next step. Hey, how about we drink a cup of water today? Hey, how about we try to get 30 more minutes of sleep? Hey, how about we just make these small little lifestyle changes? We added a 3rd workout to where now we work out 3 times a week. It was just moving the needle right here. Big part of this also, so process goals, step by step, better than outcome goals. Also, community trumps alone. And what that means is how successful would you have been if I would have handed you this January 1, go do it on your own, good luck.
Where's that bag of chips?
Exactly, right. So you got to find some kind of support system. Friends, family, co-workers, people that have like-minded interests that can hold you accountable and provide support. Otherwise, you're just never going to have this.
Hey, let me say this. I'm not perfect at this. There are some times where I fail, like I might miss doing something, or I might slip up. But I think you can recover, and you just have to refocus, because there have been days, being a meteorologist and having bad weather, when you start your day off at midnight, 1 o'clock, it's hard. But I reached out to Jeff earlier this week. We had severe weather. I said, man, I've been up since 1. I've been going. I have only had 4 hours of sleep. You said the best thing for you to do to go home for your workout today is sleep. Went home.
That was the
2.5
workout.
hours.
That was
Felt
the
a whole
workout.
lot better taking to get into 2 hours. I was saying, okay, I'm going to push if you want me to push. But even you can say, no, you're up against the wall. Sleep.
Because that's a part of it. It's like the car can only be driven so hard, so fast. At some point in time, you have to do some good maintenance care, so sleep is important. One other thing I put on here is process goals greater than outcome goals, community better than alone, also habits trump diet.
Really?
Now, what does that sound like to you?
I would have thought it would have been the other way around. But I guess you're right, because habits, you have to develop a habit of not doing something as well as doing something. Like for me, it goes back to the food thing, man. I could sit and eat the wrong things. To me, that's a habit. It's a bad habit.
So think about this. We did the tighter tummy in 10 days.
Sure.
That was following a diet.
Mm-hmm.
What have we done the rest of the time?
We
Have we been on a diet, so to speak?
As you have put it, we're back to kind of a normal. We're watching what we eat. You know,
We're
I don't
building
think-
habits, right?
right,
Hey,
cruise
Tom,
control
how
kind of
about,
thing.
can we get some protein in before we have this? Can we get some protein for our breakfast, protein for our lunch? Can we eat a vegetable today?
Sure.
Can we develop some habits? And I'm not knocking a diet. There's a place to jump on a really strict diet, but if it's a 10-day diet, what are you going to do on day 11? If it's a 21-day diet, what do you do on day 22? What kind of habits do you have? At some point in time, you're not going to just always be able to follow a diet, and I'd much rather say, what kind of habits can I put in place that I could do 3 months, 6 months, 2 years down the road? And that's what we're doing. There was a time we jumped on the tighter tummy 10-day diet, but the rest of the time it's been about you learning some habits and skills. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
For example, 42 inches is where I started. At the end of the tighter tummy in 10, I lost 2 inches in 10 days.
Right.
40. I'm down to 39, so I've lost an inch in a month. You're not talking about doing all of this at once.
Right.
But soon we'll kick back up again and we'll do the next challenge that might help me
Right.
kick that back into losing another inch or two around the waist.
So I like to reference like this. If we're going from A to Z, there's a time when I can sprint, that means really fast, and there's a time when I'm just going to walk. And then I may sprint again, and I'm going to walk. I'm always moving towards my destination. For instance, he goes 2 inches down in 10 days. Since then, you've lost an inch. You went to like an inch a month, which is awesome. There may come another time when we say, hey, 2 weeks, game on, daily workout, strict diet, we sprint again. That's part of the process. If we're taking an approach, I've got, we had like 9 months, I guess, at the beginning to get
Sure.
ultimately where we wanted to get to.
Right.
We're not going to sprint the whole 9 months. We're not going to do a daily workout for 6 months and follow a strict diet for 9 months. There's a time when we do a strict diet, maybe more frequent workouts, and there's a time when we be reasonable about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So we're probably A, B, C, D. We're probably on E or F right now, but we're moving the needle closer, closer. I hope if you can take some things from this, that the process is always greater than the outcome. There's nothing wrong with saying, I want to lose 30 pounds, I want to drop a dress size, I want to look a certain way. Define your process, find community, develop good habits, and you'll probably be ultra successful now. So, cool. Tommy, anything you want to add to your experience in this?
I do want to add this.
It's this. Again, I go back to, I've never been good at the workout thing. I've never been, what is the word I'm looking for? There's one word to describe it. People that do it on a daily basis that can do it.
Just the consistency.
Well, the consistency, it's, and I apologize, it's the end of my day, and I'm losing words now. I probably need to put a little protein, produce, and water in my system after the little weather radio thing. No,
the people that are self-disciplined enough.
Self-discipline is the word I'm looking for. Discipline. And I've developed a little more discipline. I mean, it's tough working in a newsroom environment when people are bringing all these sugary, wonderful. I mean, I walked away from Bananas Foster this week. I walked away from that. I walk away from donuts on Fridays. I think you have to get to a point where you have
Why?
to want to do it.
Why'd
Because
you walk away?
I know that would probably set me back.
And it's not worth it.
And it's not worth it, and it's really not good for me. A taste, yeah, but a taste, another spoonful and another spoonful. So discipline,
Yeah.
what this is teaching me here is to develop a little more self-discipline for me.
Right.
This is helping me in
Yeah.
a big way. But that being said, you're going to have those days where you just fall off the wagon. I mean, and something may happen, but you got to find a way to get back up.
I would even take a step further. We've mentioned this before. Part of the process might include 1 or 2, game on, cheat meals. I mean, whatever that is. It might be a bowl of chips, salsa, margaritas, whatever. The process may involve sometimes when I don't have to abstain from things that I really truly love. We need to enjoy food.
Right.
For me it may be a pizza, but I'm not going to have pizza at every meal every night because I know long term it's not going to be good. I'm not going to have energy.
It's not one cheat meal a day. It's
Yeah.
one cheat meal maybe twice a week.
Yeah. Teenagers, they can live the cheat life. When you're in your 20s, it becomes like a cheat weekend. In your 30s, it's a cheat day. And 40 and above, it's a cheat meal. Actually, when you turn 50, it's like a cheat snack. It's like, that's it. It kind of, throughout our lifetime, it becomes less and less. You can't eat like a 5-year-old anymore.
Right, that whole jar of Nutella is and I got to say something about that. peanut butter is a nut butter, and it's one of the things that you mentioned that I can have. I don't know where Nutella falls on that, but my daughter, Sophia, wanted to make this little treat for herself.
Yeah.
Big mistake, Sophia. That stuff's evil. Anyway, I'm working with it. It's a process.
Hey,
Questions?
well, yeah,
Yeah.
if you got some questions, shoot that in here. I mean, this is, I don't know if you make sense of all this stuff, but, you know, hit us up and,
Let's see here. I'm trying to look at what this says here. You have community when you can join FastFit, the Transformation Club. Okay, I know what that means. All right. Hey, you know what, Paula? Thank you. We appreciate you, and that's all I can see because there's the bars in the way from the phone, Jeff.
Right.
So, if you have questions, please put them on this
Post them. I'll
Facebook
go
page,
back
and
through
Jeff
here.
will look at that.
Right.
So, we appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, no, definitely put in your comments. Also, I would be interested for both of us. We're kind of playing this by ear a little bit, and each week, sometimes we give you guys some good content in terms of workouts. We did the grocery store tour.
Sure.
We may do some other things as far as like meal prepping. Today was more about how to set some goals. Post some comments below about what you'd like to see from this right here. We want to do this each week and kind of carry on the journey so you can kind of see him in the process of it, but also that you can learn for yourself and give you some good nuggets to take with you.
Yeah, so not only leave your comments, but things you would like for us to do.
Right.
You know, like for him to do to me. I mean, at this point, I'm game.
Yeah.
So there.
That's good. Well, guys, hey, thank you for tuning in this right here, and have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy it. The weather may not be all that awesome. Thank you, Tom Brandon, for that.
Thank you.
But anyway, we appreciate it. Peace.